Live. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry, no spaces. And today we have a lady by the name of Tallia B. And she's a graduate from SMU. She's also a Spanish teacher. So we could always use some of that as assistance. And she's a regional director for a company. She's in the credit restoration business. And I'd like to welcome Tallia to the show. Welcome, Tallia.
Thank you so much, Larry. It's a pleasure to be on. Thank you for taking your time to chat with me this evening.
Great, great. And now you're in the same part of town as that I am, right?
Which is
I'm in the Texas area,
Dallas?
but I'm in Irving.
Yes.
And you're in Dallas?
Yes.
Okay, great, great. So tell me a little bit about what got you interested in the credit restoration business.
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. So, Larry, how many people in the U.S. you think need credit?
I would say a large percentage.
A large.
Probably.
Okay,
7%.
pretty much everybody, right?
I'd say 7%.
And there's about 78 million people who have less than perfect credit. So what happened was during the when this pandemic hit, I'm also a Spanish teacher, and I'm also I have a crochet hair business, so I do crochet braids.
Okay.
And so when the pandemic hit, I wasn't able to do either. I wasn't able to go into work, and I wasn't able to do hair. And so one of my hair clients was telling me about the business. He had told me about it before, but as soon as this pandemic hit, I was like, and I also need to have another outlet for our business. And so those two is perfect timing. And I've been able to help hundreds of people get started with their credit restoration.
Outstanding, outstanding. So you say you speak Spanish? Well, we were a Spanish teacher? Is that what you do?
I'm a Spanish teacher, and at SMU, I graduated with business management and Spanish degree.
Great. How difficult was that? Spanish, learning the
Spanish. It was very challenging because I was one who didn't really like to talk. I did not like to talk. And so in college, my classes were the conversation classes. And they were like, Tallia, you're going to have to speak up in class.
Absolutely.
And so, but it was the most rewarding because the business came very easy. And I didn't really have to study too much for all those classes. Spanish, I had to get in there, get the dictionary, study so I can keep up with conversation in class. So it was difficult, but it was definitely the most rewarding.
Great. Did you happen to end up with one of those astronomical school loans too?
It wasn't as high as it could have been.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I had a couple of scholarships coming in.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people during that pandemic are having to deal with that, part of how they're gonna adjust their life moving forward, and that's going to affect their credit too, right? If they can't make those payments. I'm not really on board with that formal education like that anymore, especially when I believe that we should all be entrepreneurs on our own, right? Now, I'm not saying education is bad, but I also believe that, we need more, things like skills, like air conditioner repair, furniture repair, stuff like that. So that you can always make money.
Like vocational skill.
Vocational, that's what I
used to call it.
Absolutely. Are you on board with that?
Oh, definitely. I don't know if I told you, but in high school I took cosmetology.
No.
And so when I graduated, I went and got my cosmetology license like right after high school.
Okay.
And so it's definitely good to have some sort of vocation because, like you said, if you can't find a job in corporate America, you already have a skill that you can always use.
That's right.
Preferably in the service industry, because in the service industry, somebody's always going to need your help.
Absolutely. So, but that's always like a job, though, right?
What?
The service industry.
Yeah, unless you own your own service industry and hire workers.
Right. But that's a good part right there. So,
but you can always hire yourself.
That's true. So how do you feel so how long have you been an entrepreneur?
Well, if you count me doing hair, I would say, I don't know if I should give you an age or a year because you're going to add them up together. But since I was in high school, I guess.
Okay. So you like that concept. You like the concept of generating your own money without having to go work for someone else. Because a lot of us, like me, I still have a job, but I've been doing my business for 10 years. And I'm getting
Wow.
ready to retire and transition into that full time, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that people who have a vision or have a, like what my company does, it teaches you how to set up the foundation of an online business while helping you become more comfortable speaking about it. Because speaking is also a stream of income, right?
Right, it is.
But a lot of people have a fear of speaking. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
process you have to kind of gradually get into. And some people never go because of their fear. I had a fear of speaking initially as well. I
Mm-hmm.
started going to Toastmasters and different organizations like that. And over time, I got better. I don't know if I'm like I want to be, but I'm a lot better. But with the
Right.
advent of the internet and what's going on with this pandemic, these Zoom interviews are ideal for speakers.
Uh-huh.
They're ideal because you can do it all from home. You can have a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere. You just set up your
Yeah.
set, whatever set you want, and then recruit people in. That's what I do. That like my objective this year. This is the first time I've done Zoom interviews with my company. And excuse me, I started in January, and you're my 22nd interviewee. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I'm just
Okay, I like that number.
my objective was to do 50 this year. So I still got
Uh-huh.
about half the year left. So I'm, plus I do a lot of other things besides this, within the company. But these Zoom interviews, I try, cause I have an audio podcast I do every Monday. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
once at 7 o'clock every Monday, I do a podcast. And this week I just did episode number 298. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
52 weeks in a year. So you can imagine, that's over a 5-year process that I've been doing that. So there's an audience there. And see, once I create these Zoom interviews, then I upload this process to all those places that I market to, that I post things to, right? So a lot of people get to see it, but a lot of people are already like on another level, right? So if you're like
Mm-hmm.
already making, let's say 300,000, 400,000 a year, this would be the platform for you. But you can still come on and share what you know, right? If you're willing.
Right.
Some people are like that, but some people are like, well, no, I can't charge. I don't go.
Oh, yeah.
Those.
Eventually you'll get there. People will get there to where they have to charge, or, because their time is so precious, they're like, okay, now I have to start charging for my time. But like you said, people kind of start off to where they can do free things and it's
Right.
okay.
But even though you get to where you're in demand, so to speak, it's still good to kind of have a window where you can give back. Because I'm a definite giver. I want to give because I believe in the concept give and you shall receive. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in that. So I just constantly give. And then I feel like I'm protected. You know what I'm saying? Even though I may not see how I'm protected, I feel that way.
I agree.
You never know who's in the audience, right? You never know who you're actually helping today. But if you just keep all, like you were saying, they had to tell you to talk, and people don't get to experience what you know. You got to give people that opportunity to critique you, to judge you, and to scratch through you if you're not for them, right?
You're right. And that was one of my business classes where we actually had to prepare like a meeting and get in front of a class and give a presentation. And that's actually one that stuck with me a lot, was making myself get out of my comfort zone.
Right.
So a lot of this business, like you said, you have to kind of force yourself out of your comfort zone so that you can grow, but also give value to other people.
Right. And you have to do that consistently. You have to do it over and over because that's what gets you better. That's how you get better. You can't do it like once a week and that's it. I'm good. No, unless you do it for years. If you do things for years, you're gonna be good. And that's what I tell clients, that most of my clients that I recruit are what you call baby boomers, because they're either retired, preparing to retire, or have a little money that they can invest in themselves. So they're kind of ready to go. But if you understand like what your passion is, what you really enjoy doing, it's possible today in this world to generate an income doing just that. It's very possible. It's just there's some things you don't know and you can't put them together because you don't know them yet. But once you know those things, you can blow up, because it just depends on how motivated you are in line with that specific topic, right? Just like the hair care products, you could probably talk about that industry to people who may be interested in starting their, or going to school to be a cosmetologist themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you would be helping somebody, and then you can start to create products and you can charge for helping people. That's what I do. I create, like I'm an author too. I've created
Uh-huh.
I've created 11 books. I've written
Oh, wow.
4 paperbacks and 7 ebooks. And today I'm on vacation from my job. Every quarter I like to take off like 9 days or so, and I'm on vacation
Mm-hmm.
this 9 days. So what I just started, actually I'm just about finished, I create online courses, right? And
Oh, really?
and those online courses allow me to put a price on them, right? I create them
Mm-hmm.
once, I put a price, and I'm a marketer, so I just market those posts to different places, and let
Mm-hmm.
people make their mind up and whatnot. And that's another stream of income.
Right.
I like things that you can do once, and then it'll keep generating income from you. I like that type of mindset. But it's
Right.
this world is so open now to whatever you want to do. And it's all about information. People buy information, right? They want to know.
We're in the information age. People are always searching for the thing and getting online and looking to see who can teach them this thing that they're trying to reach.
Right.
And
Right.
that's really good. We may need to have another conversation about these online courses.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been wanting to create an online course for a while.
Outstanding. Have you heard of Teachables?
Yes, I've
Teachables.com?
heard. I've signed up for.
Yeah, that's who I go. That's who I use. As a matter of fact, I'm on the free version, and you can do the same
Mm-hmm.
process with a free version as you can with the paid version. And that's great for
Oh,
me
really?
because I really don't have a lot of time to deal with that, but I can create that once. And see, I'm a video person. I do videos. As a matter of fact, if you go to YouTube, my system is called Speak with Larry. So if you go
Uh-huh.
to YouTube and type it and Speak with Larry, I have I think this will be over 950 videos on YouTube, all monetized.
Larry.
All monetized. And when I tell you monetization is important, you have to
Uh-huh.
understand what that means. Let me tell you what's the requirements to get monetized on YouTube, or do you know?
Well, from what I saw, that you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Did I get that backwards?
In a 12-month period.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's difficult. That's the subscribers, piece of cake. But the watch time hours, like if you watch a video for an hour, that's only 1 hour. You got
Mm-hmm.
to get 4,000 of those in a 12-month period. So you got to be in that. You got to be doing it, or you got to have a lot of videos. But that's how I create my primary source of content creation are videos. But I also have blogs and the podcast. So I like to have all 3 arms reaching out to different people, creating different audiences, introducing myself, letting them, experience what I have to offer and make a decision, And that's where we're in. That's where we're in. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful time, but there's so much chaos going on that people get caught up in that, and they're not able to kind of set aside. Because what you have to do is you have to be committed to this online business stuff. It's not like you just add water and it's there. You have to continually do it. That's why
No, it's not.
that's why it needs to be based in line with something you enjoy doing.
Uh-huh.
You enjoy doing it. Nobody has to tell me, Larry, you need to go out and watch this video, or you need to go out and read this book. Nobody has to tell me that, because this is what I enjoy doing, But if I had to look at it and see, I don't like to introduce this world to people who are just money motivated. There's money involved, but sometimes it takes longer for the money to come to you, especially if you don't have that knowledge level yet. Because it's about, being able to introduce certain things and tell your story. We all have a story, right? But we all can't tell our story yet. A lot of times our stories are too painful for us to tell, right? Are you good at public? No, you're not good at public speaking, because you said you had a problem in the classroom setting, right?
Yeah, they had to pull me out. They had to pull me back. But I had to learn how to be comfortable in front of groups of people. Especially being a teacher, you're in front of at least 30 kids at once.
Right.
You have to break the ice in order to get them to, learn and listen.
Right. Unless you have something really creative to say. Like I always share with people that when you're in a classroom setting, when you raise your hand, what does everybody do? They turn around and look at you and wait to hear what you have to say. It's like you're up, you know, so you really need to have something to say, or you the next time it's going to have an effect on you. Because one of my favorite subjects is personal development. I believe we should work on ourselves daily. And I do mentally, physically, and spiritually. Every day I add something to it, right? So with that concept in mind, you're always getting better. And one of those things that you get better at is being grateful for things. You know, it's important that you become grateful for what you have. That way you won't be such a situation when an opportunity presents itself and you think it's a good idea, because as you grow your business, people will reach out to you, right? They want you to come in, like they want me to come and speak at their event, talk to their group and this and that. And, you know, you have to make a decision as to whether or not that's what you want to do, because sometimes it's not going to benefit you. You know, it's just to benefit them. And that's okay. It's just that you can't constantly do that, you know.
You have to have a balance.
Yeah, you got to have a balance, and you got to have an understanding of where you're trying to go, what you're trying to go. Not everybody, just you, because it's about you growing your company, right?
Right.
Are you
so what do you think about that?
What
do you think about that if you're new in business and you're trying to get yourself, you know, out there, your story and talking to people? Do you think one should say yes to every opportunity that comes out?
No, absolutely. No, you can't. You can't, because I'm telling you.
As a newbie? As someone who's new, not someone who's like been around the game for a while.
Well, what you want to do is you want to position yourself to be available for certain opportunities that come your way. And they will come your way as you start to. Do you create videos or write blogs or have a podcast or anything like that?
I do have videos for my Spanish students.
Okay.
I do have some videos.
And do you post those any place other than?
No, just YouTube.
Okay. On YouTube? You have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the way my system is, you have to have like a separate YouTube channel for your business part. You know, you don't want to mix and all that together. But if you have like a topic that you're talking about, like my basic topics are small business or consulting, right? So any area along that line, then I'll have videos in there. Like when I created this course today, it has it's called the 9 components of a successful online business, and it talks about keywords, marketing, affiliate marketing, SEO, and some more. I can't think of all of them right now, but each one has 5 videos with it, right? So I have like some text you read. Like I don't really like to write too much, but I'll have like, because I don't think people really read a lot. You know what I'm saying? So they'd much rather watch a video than to do all that reading. So I have like a page, maybe 3/4 of a page of text. And below that, I have 5 videos. Each video is probably 5 to 7 minutes long. And they have like thousands of views on them, right? So all those people that access that course, and I'm only selling that course for $39, right? Like, that's a steal. So that's good. That's like 45 videos people are accessing for that amount of money. Because I like to reach people who look like me and people who don't really have a lot of money, you know, because I'm a firm believer in leaving a legacy in life, right? I want to, for my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, I want them to be able to look at these videos one day and say, hey, that was my great-great-great-grandfather that did that. I mean, you know, no matter, I probably can do that too. You know, and they're growing up in that technology world. So it's going to be a lot easier for them to make the adjustments. But a lot of times, if you have someone to kind of compare things to or identify with, so to speak, it makes the journey a lot easier, right?
It definitely does. It's good to have like mentors and people who inspire you along the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? You'll become a mentor. That's that happens too, because people want to know, hey, can you tell me how you did this? Or can you show me how I can do that or this? And then you have to decide again, is that something you want to do? Because sometimes people latch on and they want to latch on for good, you know, because they really want that knowledge that you have in your head. But that's not how they get it. You know, they get it a little bite-sized, little bites at a time, right?
Yeah, a little bite-sized, and then they have to actually apply, you know. Because some people, they just like to absorb and absorb, but it's so hard to get the application of the knowledge.
That's right. That's why I tell my clients, as you begin this process, you're going to be consuming more content at first, but your objective is to create more content than you consume. Once you're creating more content than you're consuming, then you know what you're doing, right?
Right.
Just adding a little bit of pieces every now and then, but you know the game, you know the business world. And this world is so simple to set up from a business perspective that
really
you can kind of do it on a shoestring budget, you know. But something I find that people are kind of reluctant to do is invest in themselves. You know, they act like it's gonna take away from somebody else. You know, it's like when you buy a course, go through the course. Don't buy the course and set it on the shelf. You know,
right.
What you need to learn is in that course, not on the shelf. You know, so if you buy it because you're trying to support Black businesses or whatever, and I understand that, and don't use it, then you supported the Black business, but you didn't benefit from it. You didn't get the skill set that you could have gotten. And see, as you increase your skills, you increase your value in the marketplace, right? And when, like, if I'm a published author, created several books, have several different systems online, and you want me to come and speak to your event, you're gonna probably have to pay me a little bit more than they paid you, right? Because my track record has skill sets that you probably don't have. So
right.
they understand that, the marketplace understand that, and they're willing to do that. They set budgets aside for that, right?
Right.
You just have to be you. Just learn what you want to learn, share it. But you see, you can't learn it and keep it. You have to share it, because you get rewarded when you share it, not when you get it, when you share it. That's why you have to create a platform, whether it be a blog, if you like writing, or whether it be a podcast. My podcast is audio. So it's just me talking, right, into a microphone headset. And I only do 30 minutes a week, because that's all that's necessary for that platform, right? And then
right.
my primary is video. So I do a lot of videos, but you know, there comes a point where my creation is more targeted at getting clients than it is just teaching. You know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of balance that too, because you have a lot of like, are you familiar with email processes, the email systems?
Like email marketing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sign up for emails all the time, so I know how to receive them for sure.
But you have to because that has to become a way of life for you, because that's actually one of your banks, email marketing, because you get to contact those people daily if you want to. Like, the way my system is set up, on Sundays, I create 3 emails, one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I have them scheduled to go out, you know, at a certain time, which which more people are going to see it, which is normally between 5 and 6 in the evening, right? When they're getting off work or checking their emails or whatever. So that I'm always in front of them, and I have like videos on the emails. I have, you know, normally I'll send out 4 or 5 videos, and I'll send out an offer, right? 4 or 5 videos, and an offer. That offer would allow you to buy a book, or buy a, you know, product, or buy something that I have for sale, right? And I'm an affiliate marketer. You know what an affiliate marketer is?
Yes, I definitely heard about it. It seems like you do everything that I am interested in, or I have signed up for, like you said, a course or something in.
Absolutely. You want to do that. That's the game. Now, affiliate marketing is fun, but it's not your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's good when you're starting out, because you get to make money without creating products, right? Like, you could sell one of my books, and I pay you a commission, right? Or you can sell my online course, and I pay you a commission. But that's what affiliate marketing is. But once you understand how to create all those, you want to create your own product, and you get 100% of the profit, right? 100% sounds good in any format. You know, like receiving money. Yeah, and then you're doing what you love. You're doing it at your own pace, and then people around you will start to say, "Hey, you seem like you're changing a little bit. What are you doing?" You know, and then you get to introduce what you're doing to them, and then you get to teach them, and then that's why I say you become a mentor. Because I don't know what your circle looks like, but you know, as you're changing or as you're evolving, because what I like to share with people is you're going to actually be recreating who you really are, right? You are someone today, but you're going to recreate that person based on the information and the knowledge that you gain. And as you gain that knowledge, you're going to take action on that knowledge. And taking action on that knowledge is what's going to separate you from the people who gain the knowledge and just keep it. Because, see, opportunities don't come when you just gain the knowledge. People have to know you're out there. They have to know you exist. They have to know what you do. And you have to create like a blog, a website, or a podcast, something that you can create content weekly to.
Right.
I suggest 3 times a week. If you're going to create videos, create 3 videos a week. And then I have my actual system is a 90-day system, my counseling part, because I believe that if you can't stay focused for 90 days, you surely can't do 5 or 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So 90 days.
Business is not, yeah. With business, it's like a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Absolutely.
Like you have to have the stamina, the mindset to keep going.
Right.
Because business has its ebbs and flows, you know.
And you have to understand that you're gonna be around people that you're gonna be around people from the beginning that you're gonna have to disconnect from. They're gonna disconnect from you because they're gonna see you don't have time for them anymore. Because what I share with people is like this. Just imagine this. I don't know if you have any children, but if you have a baby, that baby's total existence is dependent on you. That's like this business. This total existence is dependent on you, nobody else. You can't blame nobody. You can't put anybody in slots until you know what you're expecting from that. That's why I don't advise people to hire out, because you can outsource things here. I don't advise you to outsource anything until you know what you're outsourcing. You need to know what you're expecting.
Really?
Yeah, because that costs. You know, it costs. People will do it for you, but like creating copy. People will create copy for you, good copy that will sell, but they're going to charge you. Now, if you don't know what to ask for, they're going to give you the C version or the D version. They're not going to give you the A version, because the A version
give you the excellent version.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get as you get wiser and ask for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I share with people, when you come into a room and people are there and they're listening to what you're saying, if you say, I've got $10,000 to invest, and they're looking at you like, but you don't know where to put that money? I can tell you exactly where to put that money, right? And your mind is like, well, I'm investing, but you don't know anything about what you're investing in. You're going to get taken. One of my favorite phrases says, when a man with money meets a man with experience, the man with experience is going to walk away with money, and the man with money will walk away with experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how that works in life. You know, because people are, especially the business world, it's not like everybody's honest. You know, it's not like that at all. So what would be your favorite way to create content?
Oh.
Do you like to write?
Videos?
Huh?
I would think videos.
Oh, you like doing videos?
Yeah, not necessarily I just love them, but it just seems like people resonate better with videos.
They do. They do. Video is the number one source people gain knowledge from.
Yeah, rather than having it written.
They're easy to do. And you can upload them just like that and end the story, you know. But you also have to create, you also have to put content. Are you familiar with keywords a little bit?
I'm familiar with them, but you know, they kind of changed, and you have to do some research to figure out those keywords, right?
Well, yeah, you do. But you really have to understand where to put those keywords, right? You have to put them in the title and the description and the thumbnail. You know what the thumbnail is? Okay, you have to make
a picture right before the video. Is that picture that's
right. See, that pulls people in. If it's the same thing, like if it's just my picture, people probably won't click on it. But if I put a picture of a dolphin swimming or something, people click on it and see what that is. You know, and it's all psychological, because my major in college was psychology. I always wanted to be a psychologist, but I didn't make it. But you know, I don't have a problem with that. But I always dabble with the mind, because people are people. You know what I'm saying? People are people. And we think a lot alike. We think a lot more alike than we think different. right? We
Right.
just want to be able to sustain what we're doing, be able to make a comfortable living, take care of our families, leave something when we die and all that good stuff. And that's not too difficult if you position yourself in a way that you can receive what, because see, the universe rewards you for certain things. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we're all connected in a certain way, right? And
Right.
when you do like the human body is like 70% water, right? 70% water. And when God blew breath into the nostrils, we were dirt. So we have a connection to the dirt. We have water, dirt. So if you ever get the opportunity to go out into nature a little bit, you'll feel differently because there's a connection with the openness and the air and the water and all that. And it'll allow you to think clear, and you'll have better understanding, especially if you're stressed out, because the city will stress you out or life will stress you out, right? So you want to be able to have a place where you can kind of digress. Like I meditate every day. Do you meditate?
I wouldn't call it meditating, like prayer, journaling, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is important for balance because, especially if you have a stressful job. Would you say your system is stressful or no? No.
I mean, not now because we're on summer break.
Oh,
but during a normal school year, yes, it would be stressful.
Gotcha. So do you work with anybody now toward growing a business or setting yourself up to go to the next level, or how are you doing that?
Oh, so a little bit about my business. Yeah, we are a team.
Okay.
And so I do have a mentor who is super helpful. She's in the Dallas area as well.
Okay.
She's been promoted several times within the business. And so I work alongside her. And then I'm also, like I said, it's a team. So I have a team of business partners that I also work with that I brought into my organization.
Okay.
And so,
good. And you've been doing that for how long?
As a mentor and be mentored. Say it again.
And you've been doing that for how long?
I've been in this industry for maybe 10 plus years, this type of industry. Okay. However, with this particular company just this year.
Okay, good. But it's basically the same knowledge base that's required, right?
Yes.
What you were doing versus what you're doing now, yeah. And that's
right.
Good. That's good.
Professional development. If you're professional development in any of the industry I'm in, you'll be successful with whichever company you go to.
Great. Well, always think about having something. Always think about having something on the side that you're doing, right? If you have like a job, have something on the side that you're committing to getting better at too, because that way, if this play out or if you start making enough money over here, you got options, right? You might just say, well, I'm tired of this. I'm going over here. And if you can make, I'd say, I don't know what your lifestyle is like, but if you can make $40,000 a year with your own business, you can make it to 100,000. If you're making 40, you can do 100,000 because you got the basics set up. You just have to increase what you're doing, right?
And just keep doing it.
So how money motivated would you say you are?
I wouldn't say I'm very money motivated.
Okay.
Like my business, like for example, when I started doing hair, it's just because I like doing hair and people wanted me to do it for them,
Okay.
After college, I spent a couple of years as a long-term missionary in South America.
Really?
And so, and for that, like you really don't make money. You have to raise your own support. Like you go to people and say, hey, I'm being called to be a missionary. Would you like to donate to the cause? And so literally right after college, it was a missionary work. So it wasn't about the money. Like I had to raise money so we can have pay our rent. But it wasn't about
like
making
a GoFundMe, right?
Huh?
Like a GoFundMe?
It wasn't GoFundMe. It was literally like you sit down, you have conversations with people, and you share the vision and ask them to partner with you.
Okay.
We didn't do GoFundMe. It wasn't putting stuff online, asking that sort of thing. A little more old fashioned, I should say.
Gotcha. But you got to travel a little bit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because a lot of people never get to do that. They're just their whole understanding is based in like a 200 or 300 mile radius.
Really?
The whole understanding of the world. I know people in Texas that's never been out of Texas. And
Well,
I'm just,
Texas is big,
yeah, but it's the
all
world
over
is
El
bigger.
Paso, 13 hours.
But the world is bigger, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm sure you went to, if you did that, I'm sure you've gone to places where poverty looks different, right?
Of course.
Yeah, it looks different in some other places. It's not like, hey, I'm going inside and get under the air conditioner. It's not like that in certain places. That's
Air
not,
conditioning didn't exist. We were
that's
in the
not an
city.
option. Right, right.
Right. We were in the city and not too bad of areas, and we didn't have AC or heat or anything like that.
Wow,
You can
wow.
imagine out in the rural areas where poverty existed.
Right,
For
absolutely.
sure.
That'd be something else. Okay, well, listen,
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've had a blast talking with you. We're coming up on the bewitching hour. I like to kind of stay specific so that I don't, because I can talk and I'll just get to talking, and before I know it, I've exceeded the time I needed to go. But it's been a pleasure. If you have a way people can contact you, or maybe you have a website or a blog or email address that they can contact you, if you leave that now, I
Oh,
appreciate it.
for sure. Like if you're interested in credit repair or actually earning some extra income during this time, just let me know. You can find me the best way on Facebook, Tallia B. On Instagram, I am Tallia B. Those would be the best ways to contact me.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, what I like to do is I always like to say, my name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry, no spaces. And as always, share with someone else what I've shared with you. See you later.